pink diamonds, you've got galaxy opals, but now you can pick up a new tier of player cards in my team. I'm Brian, and I'm here to talk about Dark Matter. The most powerful cards you can get in my team. You can pick up the first 2K21 Dark Matter cards in the all-new Pantheon.
The traffic in New York City making its way back and forth. Now it's ended.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And for the Nets, we've got Harden. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. Durant with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. And not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one following a loss to the Wizards in Washington.
And as he gets deeper into his career, Serge Ibaka's shooting continues to improve. What a great job he's done of changing how he scores.
It's very impressive because a late bloomer Serge Ibaka has been on the offensive end. Let's look at last season, his highest point per game average, and he's in his 11th NBA season. And still has great efficiency on the offensive end, but sometimes he's overlooked as a scorer on this team.
Pass to Beverley. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Durant against Batum. Back to Leonard. Outside Batum. Shot clock at 5. Over Durant. And too long on the shot. And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they've just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
What was beautiful, it was a tremendous game plan coming in. You saw the execution and you saw the results.
Here's George. Good D by Jordan.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
Irving can't get it to go.
And maybe it's the adrenaline talking, but they're 1 for 4 to start this game. Need to settle down.
Batum against Irving. Batum passes to Ibaka, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
There, they get it going. 1 for 4 now. Always feel good to get that first one.
Outside Irving. Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Ahead. And then Leonard with the dunk.
We know Beverley's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Now, here is Irving. They picked up 24 points in their last win against Houston. Harden outside. Durant down low. Ibaka on him. The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And Beverley kicks to Leonard. Pass to Ibaka. Back to Leonard. Now here's Beverley. Now the pass to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
The aggressive side of Serge coming through, asserts himself at the rim.
Harden the pass to Jordan. The kick out to Irving. Greg, the 2 words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart move from an investment standpoint.
They bring up some great points. Here is Harden. Paul George making his last shot. The shot's good from Irving.
What's nice about this in-between area for Kyrie, compared to going to the rim, he has a little more room to get his shot off.
Now here's Batum. 9-point game his last outing. And George, here we go. Leonard dishes to Ibaka. Durant with the steal. Harris looking it over. Fires from 18. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
And that's where KD just feasts with this team. When it comes to those spot-ups, he's as good as anyone in the league.
Irving against George. And Ibaka slams it in.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Now here's Beverly. Back to Ibaka. It could go. Oh, my goodness!
Whoa! Big-time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers lead by 3. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
And that's really hard on a defense, having to play deeper into the clock and having to cover a lot more ground.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Luwawu down out there with Landry Shamet. Then there's Green, and it's Griffin in at the 5 spot. Just 5 on the clock. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Sweet Lou at his finest, attacking, drawing contact, and finishing what he started.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And that one falls for Williams. Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
Shamet the pass to Griffin. He kicks it to Brown. Out to the wing. Dishes it to Griffin. And then Griffin with the dunk.
If you allow Blake Griffin to get that close, the result, a dunk.
The Clippers in the lead. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Williams passes to Zubac. Reverses, and it's good on the way in.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Jeff Green on the wing. Brown outside. Over Jackson. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I mean, just way too many turnovers in that one. If you can't protect the ball, you can't expect to win.
Aggressive is one thing. Careless is another. You want to stay balanced and poised.
A flat-out bulldog in the paint. Great job to follow his own shot there and get the basket.
Green finds Brown. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Lou Williams. Well, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important. And then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. Griffin. There's Shamet. The feed to Griffin. The kick out to Brown. Brooklyn now working with a new shot clock. Here's Shamet. Fades back. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Los Angeles leading by 8. Kennard the pass to Williams. Now Zubac. Kennard with the ball. Picked up by Brown. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That is his first foul of the game. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Oh,
yes, goodness. And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Irving kicks to Harden. The kick out to Irving. Shoots the 3. Jordan the pass to Irving. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
I like this from Kyrie. Looking for a high percentage shot, settling for nothing less.
Back to Beverly. Clippers moving the ball around. Outside, George. Inside. Over Irving. George, no good. Nets trail by 8. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. The Nets shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
George with the ball. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by George. Ibaka's got 10.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Harden against Beverly. Here's Durant, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. KD's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. The deep 3 from George, and that would have counted, but his shot. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period came to a close with them. And that'll...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Serge Ibaka has been sensational.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Ibaka. And it's George in at the 2.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
George looking over the floor. Pass to Beverly. Pass to Ibaka. Over Jordan.
Intimidating presence on defense. DeAndre Jordan has all the tools in his toolbox.
Here's Harden. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Brooklyn shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
And that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Ibaka outside. George. Here's Beverly trying to get open as Ibaka. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Beverly's got 5 points so far. Nets trail by 5. It's Durant on the wing. Defended by Batum. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him. Griffin's checked in for the Nets. Bruce Brown comes in for Kyrie Irving. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Reggie Jackson comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Offensive rebound. Williams for 3. That one, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Griffin. Leonard with the steal. Here's Zubac. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Williams passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And give Sweet Lou credit. Turns down his own shot because his teammate has a better one.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in LA, but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Harden kicks to Harris. Out to KD. Yep, that one goes in there. He's got 8.
It's a pick your poison situation with KD. You can't give him space, but he's got the handle to go right by you.
To the inside, and the dunk by Zubac.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. To the paint. Evan finds Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Great look by Blake Griffin. When your foreman has that ability to pass the basketball, it's a major advantage.
Jackson drives in. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown. Some changes for Brooklyn. Green, he's checked in for Durant. Luwawu Cabarro comes in for Joe Harris. And Landry Shamet subbed in for James Harden. Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Luke Kennard comes in for Reggie Jackson.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender in rebounding.
And Morris drops them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
On the wing, Green. Back to Brown. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And that one's good. Griffin.
This is what you want out of your offense. A high percentage look for Blake Griffin.
Leonard on the wing. Back to Williams. Pass to Kennard. Here's Zubac, defended by Griffin. Zubac, the pass to Kennard. And that one drops. Kennard's got 5 now.
With good size for a 2-guard, Luke Kennard can finish in the paint.
Shamet on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. Shamet kicks to Green. Back to Shamet. It's stolen by Morris. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. In the corner, Kennard with it. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, there's always going to be room in this league for guys like Luke Kennard. He can shoot, he can pass it, and he can put it on the floor.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. 5 seconds left to play in the third. And so it's Los Angeles in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll return shortly. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Green is out there with Brown. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Harden in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Stolen by Harden. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And the layup is good.
Superb at finishing through contact. Harden is just so elusive and creative on those strong drives.
Brown against George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. That's good from George.
They're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
The consummate team player. Paul George is an excellent leader, and he's cool to let others lead also.
Lays it up and banks it in. George has got the lead up to 12 now for the Clippers.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
And George, here we go. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And he knocks down the first one. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the plate. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his special?
Whatever he made, it was special. Wouldn't matter.
The Nets making a switch here. Durant's checked in. The dish to Jordan. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Morris passes to Ibaka. And it's blocked by Jordan.
DeAndre is simply one of the most electrifying shot blockers in the game. If you put up a shot around him, you better put it up high.
Morris outside. The pass to Beverly. George with no one around. Drains the three-pointer. George has got 10 points in the quarter.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Passes it to Beverly. Back to George. Out to Morris. Back to Zubac. In the corner, George with it. Morris finds Zubac. 5 to shoot. And Durant sends it back.
I'll tell you, if you're not looking out, KD will send your shot back.
Harden the pass to Irving. Off target with his 3. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Feeds it to Ibaka. That one wide left.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
That bucket in no time at all.
I mean, Kyrie, too pure of a shooter to let him catch and shoot with that much space.
Outside, George. Harden against Beverly. Down low, stolen by Durant. Outside Irving. Outside for Durant. Off target from outside. Clippers leading by 11. George dishes to Ibaka. Beverly with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Kept alive. Outside, George. Morris passes to Ibaka. Back to Morris. Pass to Zubac. And stolen by Jordan. Pull-up jumper. Irving against George. Irving kicks to KD. Six on the shot clock. Harden outside. For three, Harris. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. George passes to Beverly. Morris looking over the floor. From deep, George. Los Angeles with another miss. This one just all but in the books.
Yeah, too many points, not enough time.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
Bounce pass from Morris. Kicks it to George. Morris passes to Zubac. To end the drought. Missed.
And the growth of KD's game on defense can't go overlooked. He's become a true...
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Batum, and it's Ibaka in at center. And for Milwaukee, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the center, filling out the middle. Now, here is Ibaka. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
And we heard Shaquille O'Neal bestow his Superman nickname on Giannis Antetokounmpo, and rightfully so. The Greek Freak, the most dominant paint scorer since Shaq himself. Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Just simply overpowers the defense. Giannis flexing the muscles he's added to that near 7-foot frame.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And the free throw line was a problem spot for him in their last game. Really struggled up there.
And watching Antetokounmpo get to the rim can, GA, take your breath away.
Man, he can go around you, through you, or literally jump right over you. Call him the freak, Superman, what have you.
Oh, that's unbelievable. Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Middleton for three. Batum grabs the miss.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Here's George. Everly with the ball. 17 points for him last game against Washington.
And don't forget about the 2 blocks. He really changed the game for his team on the defensive side.
Middleton the pass to DiVincenzo. Batum with the steal. Leonard on the wing. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Wizards in Washington. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts. Greg, too early to start talking about MVP for this year or mid-season?
You know, we've gotten to a point now where we start talking MVP at the start of the season. You know,
yeah, right.
People just love to talk sports at this point, especially when it comes to the most prestigious individual awards out there. I think you can make a case and sway some opinions with your play this time of year, but I like to let it all play out before I start focusing on that.
Things can change in a hurry, can't they, in a season?
Yes, they can.
Like you say, let it play out. Shots good by Ibaka.
Well, how about the frame and the concentration of Serge Ibaka? What an interior finish that was.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. And that one is good. Antetokounmpo's got his second basket of the night.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Out left to the wing. And here's Beverly. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. He's off on that one. Excellent D there from Holiday. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Bucks. They trail by 3. Gotta keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
Well, how about the job they got from their bench? That productivity was a major part of the outcome.
The Bucks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And the dunk by Giannis.
And that move has become second nature for Giannis. Once he establishes position, game over.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Stolen by Middleton. Holiday with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. For 3, Middleton. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Leonard finds Batum. Back to Leonard. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Well, Kawhi Leonard is 230 pounds of nothing but pure strength. What a finish at the rim.
Giannis right side. Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And George kicks to Batum. Feeds it to Ibaka. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Just superb timing. Lopez stretches out beautifully to send that back.
Tries yet again. Got a piece of it. Moving it up. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Los Angeles on top, leading by just 1. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. We recently caught up with Drew Holiday, who talked about some trying times.
Being able to go through adversity and come out stronger.
And Greg, you feel like that pressure never really got to Holiday.
One of the toughest guards in the league, mentally and physically. He's a machine that just keeps on coming, no matter the circumstances.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And a few of those led to quick scores at the other end. Really active first quarter for them.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Lou Williams out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Morris in at the power forward position. Milwaukee in the lead. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the layup's good off the glass. Giannis has got 9 points.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
The steal. Floats it up for Giannis. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Well, DJ Augustine has been around this league a long time. He does not miss open teammates.
It's Solomon to Tacumbo. And here's the fast break. Giannis leading the way. And Giannis throws it down.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Williams passes to Zubac. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Portis comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Here is Forbes. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Williams passes to Kennard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass. Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
To the left side wing. Connaughton kicks to Forbes. From the top of the key. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
You think about Lou Williams and finding his way and finding himself with the Los Angeles Clippers. He's played for a fifth of the teams in the league. He always felt overlooked, underappreciated, but certainly he's found his niche here.
Well, Doris, in the past, some regarded Lou Williams as a lackluster defender. Didn't want to lift weights. Had kind of an interesting reputation. He bounced around the league, as we know, quite a bit. He's played for a lot of different teams.
Right. I mean, think about his early association with Allen Iverson, the great Allen Iverson. He's succeeded on his own terms, right? Both of them comfortable in their own skin, able to do some amazing things on the court.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Holiday finds Portis from outside the arc. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 3. Morris outside. Banked in off the glass.
I'll tell you, you have to take pride in finishing through contact. You get the sense Marcus Morris relishes that chance.
Here is Forbes, defended by George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's his first trip to the line. That's good from Forbes. Milwaukee making a switch here. DiVincenzo's checked in. The Clippers also changing it up. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. And George kicks to Beverley. And the pass to Ibaka. Shoots over Portis. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Serge Ibaka.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Holiday with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Holiday, the pass to Middleton. Fires for 3. Good on the triple. And the Bucks lead by 4.
And this is what Middleton does. Hit trades. He's one of the best in the league at helping his team space the floor.
Knocked away. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Bryn Forbes. On defense, Milwaukee. Here's Beverley. That shot off the mark. Holiday with the defensive effort. Milwaukee leading by 4. Pass to DiVincenzo. Leonard with the steal. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Ibaka goes in. And it's blocked. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Outside Holiday. Middleton on the wing. 3 seconds left. And Lopez throws it down.
Boy, you love Lopez's effort. This guy dunking is easy for him, right? He's close to the rim, 7 foot. Come on now.
And we finished one half of basketball. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 13 points. And
if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one, he's been everywhere.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
Oh, his power is unbelievable. An intimidating force when he's at his best.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. Top of the key. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Stolen by Beverly. Batum attacking over in the corner, Beverly. Batum against Antetokounmpo. George passes to Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. George against DiVincenzo, and it's good, 2 points. George has got 8.
Well, I like to see Paul George be assertive down low. This guy doesn't lack for confidence, and he is an accomplished scorer regardless of where he is on the floor.
Passes it to DiVincenzo. It's tipped. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Pass to Leonard. Back to Beverly. Outside, George for the tie. Milwaukee with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Clock at 6. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Batum finds Ibaka. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional Mobile 1 block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Drew Holiday. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid.
Hammer it home! Hammer it home, baby!
That is authority right there.
Jackson drives in. No good from Zubac.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Leonard kicks to Zubac. The dish to Morris. Outside for Jackson. Morris passes to Zubac. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Bobby Portis is checked in for Milwaukee. Bryn Forbes comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Williams comes in for George. We've got 33 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Forbes. From outside, off the mark.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And Williams, here we go. Can't connect from short range. Bucks leading by 4. From deep. Forbes can't get it to go. To the middle. Here's Craig. And he uses the glass on the layup.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's Morris. Can't get it to fall. The third quarter comes to a close. The Bucks on top. They lead by 6. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. So for the Clippers right now, Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Williams. And it's Morris in at the small forward position. Rob. Middleton against Kennard. Middleton outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They grab their own miss. Second chance shot. The Bucks getting another chance here. Nice shot by Portis.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
And Batum kicks to Williams. To the inside, Zubac. A floater. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Zubac has got his first basket.
Lou Williams is the all-time leader in points off the bench, but don't sleep on his passing game. What an assist.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
That's tipped. Williams dishes to Batum.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
And the Bucks with some changes. Giannis comes in for Pat Connaughton, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes. The Clippers also changing it up. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Zubac. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Morris, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Kennard. DiVincenzo finds Middleton. Williams against DiVincenzo. Down low. Middleton inside the three-point line. Another miss by Middleton.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Beverly against Holiday. Good on that shot. With that, the Bucks' lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Beverly. And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the score. He's put this offense on his back.
Here's Williams. Lays it up off the glass.
If you need a bucket under big-time pressure, Lou Williams is your guy.
Outside Holiday. Middleton outside. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Ibaka's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Back to Beverly to take the lead. A shot that time, not on target. And Milwaukee the other way now. Antetokounmpo inside. Defended by Beverly.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness. The D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play. How about the experience that Ibaka brings? He's able to be comfortable in any situation.
On the wing, yeah. The pass to Middleton. Lets it go with a 3. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And the Bucks lead by 5.
And this is why he gets paid the big bucks. Middleton enjoys coming through in the clutch.
Batum wide open. He fires. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And it's the Bucks on the break. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
Here's Beverly. Ibaka, the pass to Leonard. That 3 off the mark. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They lead by 7. Antetokounmpo. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And Batum kicks to Williams. Out to the right wing. Beverly dishes to Batum. No good. Shot missing. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. George, that's a 2-pointer. It's off.
And bringing that effort on both ends. Giannis,
all right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining.
1948, 1951, 1954, or 1957? They're probably shooting granny style, you know.
We're the land of the free.
Hello and thanks for joining us on Noche La NBA. The NBA's. Here's a look at some of the stats for Paul George.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
And the Clippers starting 5. Ibaka is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot. Inside, Latrey drills it from outside. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
You go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships. You know, that tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series. Finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
Now here's Beverly after the Marc Gasol miss. Now Beverly, 17 points for him last game against the Wizards in Washington.
I just feel like Patrick Beverly has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Now here's LeBron. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. Caldwell Pope for 3. The Clippers grabbed the miss. They went to Los Angeles for their last meeting with the Lakers and came out with a victory.
Yeah, really ratcheted up the pressure in their last matchup, getting steals and just creating havoc defensively.
The turnover margin was well within their favor, and you have to point to that ferocious D they played as the biggest factor in that win.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Now, here is Ibaka. Leonard, the pass to Ibaka. And now the fast break. Schroeder with the ball over Beverly. Morris. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
George passes to Ibaka. Kicks it out to Leonard. Outside, George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Paul George dunk contest? He's maybe a little older, but I love to see him get up.
Schroeder finds Gasol. To the paint. And no good that time. Excellent D there from George.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Now here is George. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. Shots good by Ibaka.
And the lean frame of Ibaka, taking the punishment but still converting the basket. Toughness.
Caldwell Pope with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. And Gasol with the dunk. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Gasol with the steal. Here's Caldwell Pope. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And no doubt among the best passing centers to have ever played this game. Gasol is a guy you can run your offense through, makes quick and decisive decisions.
Now here is George. No good from outside. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
And it's Schroeder missing.
The D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Ibaka finds Beverly. Batum against Schroeder. Shoots from 8. A rebound by the Lakers. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, you saw the communication breakdowns defensively, just giving up way too many open looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on-ball defense, but it's the help defense that makes you elite. And on that night, nobody rotating and not a lot of help.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Lakers ahead, leading by 3. And we'll get things started in And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
You know, they really made a lot of good quality reads down there. Took some chances, but feeling more calculated than risky.
Up top, Morris. Guarded by Kuzma. Morris passes to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then there's Harrell. And it's Caruso in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. James. Keeps it alive. Harrell on the foul. Harrell's got the lead up to 3 now for the Lakers.
That's what Harrell does. He's in there mixing it up, and he goes right back up for a shot.
Jackson passes to Kennard. That one falls. Kennard's got his first 2 points.
All the way to the bucket. No resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Not a problem. First turnover of the game, but overall, I like how they're taking care of the basketball.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. On the wing, Jackson. Williams inside. Outside for Jackson. Four on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Kuzma outside to the middle. There's Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
This is what happens when you put the hard work in, as Harrell is impacting the game.
Outside Jackson. It's Williams with the drive. Clippers moving the ball around. Jackson down low. That one doesn't drop. And the Lakers going the other way now. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. A wide open look here for Kuzma. The pass to James. It's hauled in by Zubac.
I saw a green light there. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Now the Lakers on the break. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Oh, Morris in position. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
And the rejection by Zubac. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for the Lakers. The Clippers also making some changes. Leonard, he's checked in for Kennard. And it's Paul George in for Reggie Jackson. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
And Schroeder did not even have to think twice about that shot. This young man simply devours these chances inside.
George dishes to Leonard. Back to George. Back to Leonard. Down low. Here's Zubac. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell, and he's got his first free throw of the game.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
Some changes for the Lakers. Marc Gasol is checked in for Harrell. Morris comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Alex Caruso. And then for the Clippers, Baca comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. And the Clippers making a switch here. Batum's checked in. And Zoe Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. And George, here we go. Outside Leonard. Count it. The defender is called for the block, and this could turn into a three-point play.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Lakers trail by 4. Schroeder outside. Here's Horton Tucker on the mark with the 15-footer. Horton Tucker's got his first points of the game.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
On the wing, George. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. So it's the Lakers now. Lakers have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Leonard with the steal. Beverley against Schroeder. Inside, it's stolen by Schroeder. And it's the Lakers on the break. Batum with the steal. And George kicks to Batum. And it's good. But hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off inside.
And the replay center out in Secaucus delivering the footage.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello. Looking at the Paul George trade last year, he cost an unprecedented treasure chest of assets, Shaq. Was he worth it? And that's...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You've got to like what Ivica Zubac has done in this game.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Yeah, avalanche warning in this one. He is just on a roll.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the 5 down low. And Ibaka kicks to Beverley. Back to Ibaka. Over Gasol. Shots good by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 6.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Pass to Morris. And the rejection by Ibaka. And he gets it back. Gasol. And a wide open look for James. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Clippers in the lead. And Leonard has it in the corner. Beverly looking around. Passes to Ibaka. Over Gasol. Good work defensively by Gasol.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
From deep, James. A putback, and that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Lakers. Alex Caruso comes in for Dennis Schroeder. The Clippers also making some changes. Luke Kennard comes in for George, and it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Batum, good. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue, and quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. You know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us. Went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV soon. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
Here's James. Oh!
Yeah. LeBron James knows he can get around anyone at any time. So that time, nice work with the dribble.
And Batum kicks to Jackson. Outside Leonard. He feeds it to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Harrell the pass to LeBron. And LeBron throws it down.
Nice to see LeBron have a straight line drive. Somebody fell asleep there.
Clippers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. You know, even though LeBron doesn't go 100% every minute of every game in the season, he still knows when to turn it on.
And for someone at his age, that is something you have to know how to do. You can see when LeBron kicks it into that next gear. Can't keep it on all the time, but he's still able to take over when he needs to.
For three, Caldwell Pope drains it from beyond the arc. Caldwell Pope's got 5.
And the three-pointer, a big part of KCP's game. About half his shots come from out there.
Back to Jackson. Dishes to Ibaka. He gets that one. Ibaka's got 8 points in the quarter. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Caruso, the pass to Harrell. To the inside. The Clippers grab the miss. Ibaka's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Kennard for 3. Good on the three-point shot. Kennard's got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers.
One of the ways to get a great look from the three-point line is when you're on a fast break. The defense simply lost him.
It's LeBron. Look at that.
Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
Jackson passes to Ibaka. Back to Jackson. Clippers moving the ball around. And stolen by LeBron. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Now that looked easy. 2 of the easier points for LeBron James in this ball game.
Right side Leonard. Outside for Batum. Kennard on the wing. With 1 on the clock. It doesn't go for him. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He got to double digits for the... And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Here's Williams. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. Taking, there he goes!
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that. No. Wow, he was up there, Kevin.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Zubats kicks to Beverly. A three-pointer off the mark. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. Left side Gasol. LeBron James on the wing. Morris with the rebound. And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. The Clippers shooting so well, 63%, the offense working as one cohesive unit. Beverly finds Williams. To the paint, here's Zubats, and the dunk by Zubats.
Now, this is something that you really want Pat Beverly to improve upon when he's distributing the ball. He's making everybody better.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Gasol. To the middle. James in the post, defended by George. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when you're talking about a game down the stretch.
And the Lakers making a change here. Dudley's checked in. Beverly the pass to Zubats. Back to George. And George with the stuff.
Paul George rising up. Nice to see a little bit of that return to the younger days from PG.
Schroeder against Beverly. And it's Schroeder missing.
Well, he had the perfect opportunity to finish that one, guys, and just flat out blew it.
Beverly the pass to George. Inside. And the dunk by Zubats.
Oh, Kevin, not a penny, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny. George against Dudley. Pass to Horton Tucker. 6 to shoot. Down low. It's deflected. And that one goes out of bounds. Touched by Zubats.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Williams.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Morris with the ball. Outside Leonard. There's the pass to Zubats. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Zubats has got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers.
Well, when you get into a system, your first system in the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
To the paint.
And that was big time. Kuzma doesn't mess around when he gets the chance to show off.
A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. Beverly finds Zubats. And Gasol sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Morris. Shot clock at 6. Leonard, the pass to Zubats. Makes it off the glass. Zubats has got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, this is the next step and evolution for Kawhi, showing great signs of improved playmaking.
Dudley against Leonard. James looking it over. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
LeBron James, one of the best ever to do it.
James against Beverly. 59 seconds left to play in the final quarter. No good from Zubac. The Lakers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Outside Leonard. And George, here we go. Got it!
Paul George stepping up big time.
Game could be on the line right here.
It's now or never.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Beverly, the pass to George. Here's Leonard, and he elevates for the slam dunk. Montrezl Harrell did not like that.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
And here's Leonard from 3. No good. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. They seem to relish the... All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for...
players, but only one has that honor.
There it is, the Staples Center in Los Angeles, where we're getting set to bring you all of... And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lou Williams.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
So the Nets starting five. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then it's Jordan. And it's Irving in at the 2. And for the Clippers, Batum is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position.
And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively. But quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And, you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
Stolen by Durant. Harden with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Kicks it out to Harden. IT that time from Leonard.
Now, there's an example of good defense beating good offense.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
Irving passes to Durant. To the inside. Here's Jordan. The basket good off the assist from Durant.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Harden against Beverly. Left side, Batum. Beverly dishes to Ibaka. He drains it from the right block.
And offensively, Ibaka's been spending more time out on the perimeter, but watching him work inside there, you realize that may still be his bread and butter.
Irving for 3. It's Durant on the wing. Back to Jordan. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. You know how this goes, Clark. Some guys check the standings every morning. Others won't look at it at all. They'll try to avoid it. What was your approach?
Well, you know, we were struggling as a team during my time in the NBA with the Pacers, so I wasn't doing too much standing watching. But for those guys that are thinking about it, it varies. Individuals look at it differently. I would be a guy who wouldn't want to see it all the time. That's like getting on the scale every day. That wouldn't serve me too well.
George with the bucket.
At 6'10", George is really capable of dominating inside. I mean, defensively, you need to try to push him out of his comfort zone, get him out of that lane area.
Harden kicks to Irving, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Williams passes to Ibaka. Back to Williams. Ibaka against Harden. The 8-footer stolen by Harden. Stolen by George. And there's the pass to Williams. Dishes it to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
And don't sleep on Williams's ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
On the wing, Harden. Back to Irving. Jordan inside. Ibaka on him. Harris misses.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing it, but they don't want to chance that again.
Williams passes to Leonard. Clippers moving the ball around. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. Deflects the pass, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Zubats is checked in for the Clippers. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. The Nets also changing it up. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Bruce Brown in for Harris. And the dunk by Zubats.
Always a threat to score. Williams draws defensive attention. I mean, that allows him to set up his teammates.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And good that time.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Williams passes to George. Back to Williams. The shot's good on the assist by George.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Irving against George. Harden surveying the D. Griffin. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And now that we've gotten a chance.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Clippers ahead, up 2. And don't go away. We'll be back with you.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal, of course.
Giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well. And getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
So for Brooklyn now, they've got Griffin. Green is out there with Luwawu. Then there's Brown. And it's Shamet in at the point. Outside Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
And we played through the first minute here in the second. Brown the pass to Shamet. Pass to Luwawu. And he lays it straight in. Luwawu's got his first basket of the night.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Kennard finds Zubats. And Luwawu Cabarro is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And here in the second, with about a minute and a half gone by, Jackson passes to Zubats, and he makes that one. Zubats has got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
To the middle, back to Brown. Now, here's Shamet, defended by Beverly, passes it to Griffin, stolen by Zubats. Jackson has the open look. His three-pointer's off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Green against Morris. Green kicks to Shamet. Left side, Griffin. 5 on the clock. And they pick up 2.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
Pass to Beverly. On the wing, Morris. The pass to Zubats. Beverly for 3. It's a hand on it, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Zubats has got 8. Nets trail by 4. Here's Shamet. He feeds it to Griffin. The kick out to Brown. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the... And here we go with the coach's challenge. A surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now, here's Shamet. He's guarded closely. 1:03 left in the first half. Here's Luwawu. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Bucket is good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Zubats. Now here's Beverly. He's covered by Shamet. Knocks it loose. Shamet with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. Luwawu, the pass to Brown. Here's Luwawu, guarded by Jackson. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Cans it from downtown. Kennard's got his first 3 points of the game. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Brown.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of thing.
On the wing, Morris. And Beverly kicks to Zubats. Up again, and it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much. And that's a...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You've got to like what Ivica Zubac has done in this game.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Patrick Beverly. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ibaka, and it's George in at the 2 spot.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
And a wide open look for Irving. Off target from 3-point range.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's George, and it's blocked by Jordan.
Hey, you know he's around, and that's what he does. DeAndre Jordan throwing that shot out of there.
Williams, he's checked in for the Clippers. A tremendous mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
And Irving with a clear path to the hoop, and it's sent back by Leonard.
And just a big-time shot-blocking threat. Leonard's instincts on defense are just mind-boggling. Knows when to go after the blocks.
Williams finds Ibaka. Back to Williams. There's the triple. Jordan with the rebound.
Starting slow in this half. 0 for 3 so far.
KD draws the double. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. George with the ball. Over Irving. He squares up and sinks it. George has got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
There it is, the first basket of the half after missing their first 3 attempts.
And again, no good by Brooklyn.
You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
It's stolen by Ibaka. Williams kicks to George. Left side, Batum. George against Irving. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul. Passes it to Williams. Inside, Batum. And the jam by Nicholas Batum.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
The basket counts, and one will go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. The Nets shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so it's Brooklyn with it. Nets trail by 12. Here's Irving. And he makes good on the layup. Irving's got 9 points.
You know, big guys like Jordan who can facilitate are really valuable. Spots the open man and gets it right to him.
George against Irving. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And here's a look at some numbers for Paul George.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
Stolen by Harden, and now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. 11 points in the game.
Boy, that's exactly how you punish a team in transition. Kyrie getting out in front and going straight on the attack.
Batum against Durant. Here's Ibaka. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
KD on the wing. Defended by Ibaka. KD against Ibaka. Harris passes to Durant. 6 to shoot. Tries again. Can't get the layup. Clippers leading by 11. Ibaka goes in. The kick out to Williams. Los Angeles with another miss. Harden way outside. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Los Angeles holding on to an 11-point. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Green is out there with Harris. Then there's Griffin. Then it's Harden. And it's Brown in at the 2 guard.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
And Beverly kicks to Zubac. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Great speed displayed by George on his way to the bucket. Devastating to the defense with those dunking skills of his.
George against Brown. Harden outside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And you know, the thing about Harden, crafty in the paint, he really finds angles and avenues to get the shots he wants when you don't think there's any angle or avenue to find.
George passes to Zubac. Count it. Now on the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather take? Kawhi and PG, or Kevin Durant and Kyrie?
Oof. Well,
wow.
I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple Finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from James Harden. Beverly against Harden. Outside, George. Stolen by Harden. Now it's Griffin running. Here he goes, sailing in. And let's see what the Nets have coming up. On Thursday, they'll go back home and they'll be hosting the Boston Celtics. And then on Saturday, it'll be the Detroit Pistons coming into town.
And no secret that this team can be very tough in their own building. And that's good news as they are loaded up with home games over the next stretch. This is a chance to create some separation.
Los Angeles with another miss, and that one is good from Zubac. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
You know, tremendous and wonderful balance from Harden. This dude could have been a running back of the highest caliber with his size, dexterity, and balance. Never lets the defense get him out of his rhythm.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk.
Yeah, for sure. That was a take no chances, take no prisoners slam right there, guys. He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
And George kicks to Zubac. Pass to George. Griffin with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. Brown's got the ball.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
George dishes to Morris. And George, here we go. And that one is off. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Green finds Griffin. Harris with it. Now here's Green, covered by Morris. Here's Harden, back to Green, stolen by Zubac. And here's George. Beverly up top, guarded by Harden. No good from Zubac. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Outside for Griffin. Harden the pass to Bryant. Harris outside. Takes a three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Zubac the pass to Beverly. Now Leonard. Back to Beverly. Zubac in the post. Guarded by Harden. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession.
Substitution on the court.
Just 5 to shoot. And Beverly kicks to Batum. They get a hand on it. Irving from long range. It's good from beyond the arc.
Comfortable in the clutch. That's who Kyrie Irving is, unfazed by the game's biggest moments.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll happen. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lou Williams.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward. For the Clippers, Ibaka is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2-guard position. And George drops them both. And Steve, as we get into the middle of the season, do you feel we have a good idea of who the contenders are at this point?
The major forces, Kevin, you know for sure where they are. There are always some teams you can't tell if they're legit or not just yet.
Shots good by Middleton.
And just about every one of Middleton's shots is a smart one. Even from mid-range, he's not going to force anything.
And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now, here's Antetokounmpo. Last game, 26 points. Yep, it counts.
And I really marvel at the touch
of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
Here's Beverly. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Shots good by Middleton.
The underrated vision of Holiday. I like it when he's distributing, and I think his coach does as well.
Batum scanning the floor. And it's Beverly atop the key. Outside for Batum. 5 to shoot. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Ibaka, no luck.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. Misses the step-back jump shot. Passes to George. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
And it's Lopez at the elbow. Takes it down to Middleton. Leonard with the steal. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. That's good for George on the assist by Beverly. George has got 8 points.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's Giannis.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
Bucks trail by 3.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
And he goes right over Paul George and slams it down.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
And George kicks to Batum. Leonard on the wing. Puts up a 3. Los Angeles with another miss. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
And a strong bench gives you the flexibility to bring someone in and exploit a certain matchup.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Forced them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
And Augustine kicks to Craig. Here's Forbes. Up and in on the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's George. He's got 10. Ibaka finds George. Pass to Zubac. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
He's been doing really nice work at the line. 83%.
So, for the Clippers, Marcus Morris is checked in for Ibaka. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Paul George. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock.
Trying to take advantage of soft defense. He might have gotten over eager.
On the wing, Jackson. Back to Kennard. To the paint. Morris inside. And stolen by Portis. Here's Connaughton. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
I like when Kennard hustles on D. He's capable of making a difference on that end.
Paul George, he's been the guy. tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've...
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody.
Break that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got Ivica Zubac, Reggie Jackson out there with Lou Williams. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Morris in at the 4 slot. Here's Connaughton. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Memphis.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Milwaukee shooting their first free throw of the night here. And it's tied up with that one. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
The shot's good from Forbes.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
And so here are the Clippers following the 3 by Milwaukee. Kennard finds Williams. Now here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And give Sweet Lou credit. Turns down his own shot because his teammate has a better one.
Augustine looking around. Here's Portis. And Portis throws it down. This tug-of-war game continues.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Back to Williams. The pass to Zubac. Outside Williams. And he banks in the layup. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Shifty with the dribble. Lou Williams knows what to do to get his shot off.
Augustine passes to Forbes. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Now here's Jackson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Washington. The kick out to Williams. Clock at 6. Here's Kennard. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got his 3rd assist on the night. Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tools, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Bobby Portis, when he's rolling to the basket, he's now under more control.
Jackson passes to Zubac. And stolen by Portis. Now here is Augustine. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Connaughton kicks to Augustine. Here is Forbes, and it's off the back rim, no good. Outside Williams. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Morris inside. 6 on the shot clock, and stolen by Portis. Here's Connaughton, covered by Morris. No good from Connaughton. Pass to Forbes. The three. That one's not going to go. And the Clippers will come the other way. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Now Williams. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Wizards in Washington. And that one is good from Zubac.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing. Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yes, you do, but it's a dilemma. If you get a great look earlier in the clock, do you take it?
Tipped away. Now off the inbound. And Giannis with a nice bucket inside. Giannis has got the lead up to 1 now for Milwaukee. And here's George. And he drops in the layup off the glass. George has got 12 points in the game.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. The Clippers on top, up 1. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 1. And that'll do it for us.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
George finds Batum. Down low. And it's sent back by Lopez.
It's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. Want to see more of this from the big fella.
For Los Angeles, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Well, Greg, there's been some debate. What do you think? Is Giannis the best player right now in the world?
I tell you what, if there's a conversation, he has to be in it. You know, some people might go with Kawhi, Kevin Durant. He's coming back. LeBron James is there as well. But Giannis is probably the guy to lead that conversation. Love the recognition, realizes that one is all him.
Sometimes that's the call. You want to be unselfish, but even more so, you want to be effective.
Middleton, Lopez, the second chance points on the tip in.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. George dishes to Ibaka. Outside for George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
And now the fast break, Middleton with the ball. And Giannis throws it down.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
Nice move. It's Ibaka getting it to go. Ibaka's got his first bucket of the night.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Antetokounmpo passes to Middleton. That one goes in.
And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime because both teams are getting after it.
I would have loved to hear the coach's speech because they really took heed to it. Like you said, both teams playing at a different pace.
Now the Bucks moving it up. Looks for Holiday, gets it to him. Lopez kicks to Middleton. For the lead, Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by 1. Here's Ibaka. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
That puts them in the lead. Antetokounmpo's got the lead up to 1 now for the Bucks.
Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I'll tell you what, when Kawhi knifes his way to the rim, it's next level.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
George with the ball. 14 points for him. Lopez with the steal. Milwaukee, another fast break opportunity here. And the dunk by Giannis.
And just hard to match up with Antetokounmpo's speed, especially in the open floor.
Outside, George. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And it's Leonard missing. Milwaukee leading by 3. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1-3, and that was in the first half.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Middleton for 3. Drops in the tray. Middleton's got 10 points.
It's enough to where you have to respect him. Had 1 triple in the first half, now has his second.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's George finishing it off.
It's one of those nights where George's number has been called time after time.
Middleton on the wing. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. Both teams deciding to change it up. Williams finds George. And here is Zubac. Outside for George. Here's Morris. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. Don't go anywhere. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard. Put the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. Williams is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 5 assists in the game. The Bucks shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. Passes it to Middleton. Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. George with the ball. Williams gets the bucket.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
The direction this game is headed is going to come down to a couple key buckets by either team.
Outside Portis. Back to Holiday. In the corner, Middleton with it. Clock at 6. Lopez kicks to Connaughton. The shot's good from Lopez. Lopez has got the game tied up here for the Bucks.
Can't let Lopez get comfortable down low. The second he does, there's no stopping.
Outside Williams. Left side George. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
And you can tolerate gas like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Giannis, he's checked in for Portis, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Pat Connaughton. Great positioning on the putback.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Morris finds Williams. Now here's Zubac. This one for 3. Rebound Giannis Antetokounmpo.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
Middleton against Leonard. On baseline Jay. Middleton can't get it to go.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Leonard the pass to Zubac. Pulls it up. And it's sent back by Lopez. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Stolen by George. And Williams with the clear path to the hoop. And it's Leonard missing. And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. A 2-point game. The 17-footer. Offensive rebound. No good on that one. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Can't help but love the way Leonard plays the game. Stone-faced assassin.
Here's Giannis. And it's good. Looking quite sharp with 10 of 12 shooting tonight.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
And it goes down 2 points.
As the game tightens, I like Lou Williams' mentality. Never gets too high or too low.
Leonard against Middleton. Shoots over Leonard. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Leonard the pass to Williams. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter.
And guys, that's a sight we've become far too accustomed to see. Antetokounmpo throwing it down like it was just another day at the office.
Williams kicks to Zubac. Outside Leonard. Back to Zubac. To take the lead. Gets the 3 to fall.
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
Outside Holiday. Pass to DiVincenzo. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
The aggressive approach. Leonard pushing the action, rewarded with the foul call.
Leonard. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. For the Clippers, Batum comes in for Morris, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Here's Holiday. And the pass to DiVincenzo. Antetokounmpo trying to break loose. Yes! And oh, that was an enormous 3-pointer.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Sure. Good!
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Giannis inside. Now here's Beverly. It's thrown by to Kumbo. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. What a show they put on here at home tonight. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. For our To the NBA on 2K. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for him.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point. And for the Clippers, we've got Ibaka. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Batum in at power forward. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. And it's blocked by Ibaka. And they'll keep possession. Kicks it out to Schroeder. There's the three. That doesn't go either for Schroeder. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers.
And once Schroeder was asked to name his favorite NBA city, I believe it surprised a lot of fans when he said Milwaukee.
That's right, Greg, but he cited the strong German culture there. Schroeder, of course, went straight from Germany to the NBA. He relied on his athleticism early on, but now he's seeing the game much better, plays under control, can lead the team. He has had a tremendous amount of growth. Well, we're talking about a multi-time winner of the Defensive Player of the Year. Huge hands, creates lots of turnovers.
Stolen by Beverly. And now the fast break. George with the ball. He kicks it to Beverly. George against Caldwell Pope. And that one's good. George.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's James. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game.
We are talking about a very solid passer at his position. Schroeder identifying an open teammate.
Here's Beverly. Pass to Ibaka. And there's the call on James. That's his first foul. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Now here's Beverly. 17 points for him last game against Washington. Batum passes to Ibaka.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Off target at the rim. LeBron shot is off.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Lou Williams has checked in for Patrick Beverly. The Lakers also with the sub. Harrell's checked in. Now here is Ibaka. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Here is Williams. 6-point game. Kicks it out to Leonard. Shot clock at 5. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Lakers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Loads it up there for Harrell. Throws down the alley-oop slam. Emphasizing the importance of a deep bench. A few teams, Doris, across the league are riddled with injuries right now.
And this is where your front office has to find a way to be successful year after year. And players over the course of a season maybe won't play for 5, 6, 7, 8 games, and then an injury opens an opportunity, and you have to have a high level of professionalism at the end of the bench to endure these moments.
And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. So for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Kennard in for George. Here's Caruso, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Caldwell Pope for 3. Morris with the rebound. Clippers leading by 4. Kennard kicks to Morris. Now the pass to Zubac. Back to Morris. To the inside. Zubac, that's good.
I really like how Marcus Morris plays within the offense. This guy is so solid at recognizing when he should give it up.
Here's Horton Tucker. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Leonard. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Wizards in Washington.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. Here's Jackson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Wizards in Washington.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Right wing, Horton Tucker. The pass to Harrell. Pass to Caruso. Out to the right wing. Horton Tucker. Harrell. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, this guy is tremendous at keeping plays alive. Montrezl Harrell getting to the offensive window.
On the wing, Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Rebound by Harrell.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Clippers on top, up by 4. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. A little bit earlier, we had a chance to chat with Kyle Kuzma, who loves playing alongside so much talent.
You know, for me, it's super cool.
Well, Kuzma, Greg, has certainly learned a lot, proficient at the offensive end, and adding more to his game every day.
Yeah, I mean, he's been focused on improving the defense and rebounding, and much of that is due to the players he's been.
Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Zubac. Back to Jackson. Now Kennard. There's the pass to Zubac. Kicks to Beverly. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Got a piece of it.
Oh, that's merciless. Kuzma plays with such competitive energy. Wasn't letting that shot get off.
Tips it up. Harrell on the follow. Harrell's got 6.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Pass to Beverly. It's stolen. It's tipped. And Kuzma slams it in.
And with his size and athletic ability, playing above the rim, not an issue for Kuzma.
Passes it to Beverly. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Pass to Zubac, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Thursday, they'll take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. And then on Sunday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Here's Morris. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Morris has got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
And it's Harrell missing. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Outside for Jackson. And a miss there on the triple.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Morris passes to Harrell. Back to Morris. Lays it up and banks it in. Morris has got the lead up to 2 now for the Lakers.
Well, the thing about Markieff Morris, he does a terrific job converting inside.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s. Players whose wingspan exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9. Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. The pass to Zubac. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Morris. Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. George is checked in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Lakers lead by 1.
How about the hustle from Marc Gasol, just working the glass to perfection.
Caldwell Pope against George.
The price of admission.
That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
59 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Outside Williams. He dishes it to Leonard. Back to Williams. Left side Ibaka. Over Gasol. Ibaka, no luck.
Well, this is how you shut him down. A tremendous contest against a very skilled player.
Here's Caldwell Pope. The shot off that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. Batum with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Batum dishes to Leonard. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. On defense, the Lakers. They trail by 1. Ibaka finds Williams. Back to Ibaka. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Marc Gasol.
Well, let's remember, Serge Ibaka is a defensive presence. This guy, an elite shot blocker early in his career, and he is now a capable scorer from just about anywhere.
No good on the second free throw. And here they go. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
It's all tied here in Los Angeles. It's time now to go courtside as we...
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. And for the Clippers, the wing tandem of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. That's all for now. Say goodbye.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You gotta like what Nicholas Batum has done in this game.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Batum, then it's Ibaka, and it's Leonard in at the 3. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Gasol passes to James. They get it again.
What an effort to get the tip in, just wanting it a little bit more.
Clippers trail by 4. Batum finds Beverley, kicks it out to Leonard. Back to Beverley, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids. You're right. LeBron against Batum, and the shot goes down. James has got the lead up to 6 now for the Lakers.
You love the focus from LeBron James. He's near the rim, so he's got to use his size and his skill to full advantage.
And George, here we go, gets the bucket and the foul. That one on Caldwell Pope.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Marcus Morris is checked in for Kawhi Leonard.
But you love the energy out there. Paul George is an extremely confident, extremely versatile player, and he brings a great level of activity to both ends.
Here's James. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And it's Harrell missing, and there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's foul number 2 for him. Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. The Lakers also with a sub, Alex Caruso. He's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. And George, here we go. Got a hand on it. And here is Harrell. He's got 6. James with the bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Pass to Ibaka. Outside for George. Back to Ibaka, and stolen by Harrell. And here we go. Kuzma heading to the hoop. And LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Kuzma. And now a 7-point Laker lead. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. George looking over the floor. Out to Morris, all alone. The Lakers with the rebound.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Here's LeBron. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Wow, he looks like a completely different player in this half. He's found his rhythm.
Jackson passes to Ibaka. Poked away. Harrell with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. And a wide open look for James. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake. Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar. Listen, we know that LeBron James can score at will, but he is phenomenal at hitting his guys with perfectly placed passes.
Outside, George. Here's Ibaka. Great D that time from Harrell. And here's the Lakers. They're on a 14-5 run. Here's James. They get it back. Harrell kicks to Caruso. Launches a 3. James misses.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Morris with the ball. Now guarded by Harrell. Batum dishes to Ibaka. It's deflected, but they'll get another chance. Over Harrell. And the shot is long. From deep three-point range, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
You love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the 1. James looking it over. Made that one as his 7th of the contest, 7 for 15 from the floor.
Well, it doesn't take much for LeBron James to find his rhythm. The king right now making it look effortless.
Outside for George. Back to Zubac. Good work defensively by Gasol.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
James, the pass to Morris. Schroeder up top, defended by Beverly. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Morris has got the lead up to 11 now for the Lakers.
Defense forgets about Morris and pays the price. He loves to score and can do it a number of ways.
And Beverly kicks to Zubats. Back to Beverly. Here's the three-pointer. A rebound by the Lakers. Gasol's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Feeds it to LeBron. And the layup's good off the glass. LeBron's got 14 points now in the second half.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
The kick out to Williams. Back to Zubats. Gasol with the steal. One-on-one here. And a deep three from James. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Back to Schroeder. James in the post, defended by George. And the dunk by James.
Just textbook basketball, right? James's IQ for the game so high, his vision and court awareness so good, he can exploit that pick and roll so effectively.
Leonard, and he uses the glass on the layup. Leonard's got his first points of the night. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent, but 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. Gasol up top. LeBron against George. James outside. 6 to shoot. To the middle. Here's Gasol. And Gasol with the dunk.
How about the vision of Markieff Morris? Hits the open man, has a good feel for the game. Boy, this guy can do a lot of things.
Outside Leonard. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Here's Williams, back to Leonard, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Here's Schroeder. .107 left here in the fourth quarter. It's hauled in by Zubats.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Williams. And here's the Lakers. LeBron outside. Gasol's in the post, working on Zubats. Schroeder looking over the floor. And the shot is good.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Outside for George. Batum with the three. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. For three. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. They came in here. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.